Alright, ZTV Maniacs, it's time for a deeper dive into this MISTer thing. We've done, since the other day when I got the thing, I've done a lot of configuring, a lot of working. So we're going to try out some of this stuff that I just installed and kind of go through everything here. So one thing to note is I've now put on a custom background. You know, when I first turned it on, I had that snowy thing, which, you know, is very nostalgic, but also hard to look at. So I'm sure most of the ZTV Maniacs will agree that my is a lot more pleasant to stare at than old TV snowy backgrounds. I think 100% of ZTV viewers will agree with me on that. Anyway, let's take a look at some things here. So I've done some configuring with Atari 5200. And it's not perfect per se, but like there's all these consoles that have like these keypad controllers from back in the day. Like the Intellivision obviously is the big one. The 5200 and also the ColecoVision. And I've kind of been working on getting things kind of set up to kind of work. I'm working on a better solution for now, but you know, I've got things in a somewhat functional state. So just to kind of demonstrate, so I can play most of the games and enjoy them. Some of the stuff on here does not work because the Atari 5200 actually has an analog controller, so it's kind of weird. But here's Keystone Capers, which is an old favorite of mine. So I got one of the buttons set to work here. Because I have a controller with a lot of buttons, I can set most of the keypad functions to it, and it's kind of wonky, but it does work for a lot of games. Yeah, obviously this game is to catch the crook. Hey, crook. Okay. Do I have anything else I want to try on here? Oh. Nah. Space Dungeon is a big one I want to get working because Space Dungeon actually needs 2 controllers, and I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to map the second controller onto my pad. I can use 2 different controllers, but holding 2 of these is not an ideal situation. But again, it's still a work in the progress. So, all right. So we got Atari 7800, which also does 2600. Look at that. And I put all the 2600 games in their own subfolder. So we've got all the 7800. I should probably just put all the 78. I should probably just to make it look a little cleaner, I should put all of the 7800 games in one folder and then all the 2600 games. So this core actually runs both. So just to demonstrate, here's Ninja Golf. One of the greatest games of all the times. Yeah, there it is. Look at how look at how glorious it looks. This is freaking Ninja Golf. Oh. Oh. What actually happened there? Did I hit the button too late and I basically hit the ball no place? I'm confused. But everything looks nice and crisp and plays great, so it's friggin' fantastic. I at least want to play one hole. Alright, we got some health. Fight the ninjas! Alright, we got back to my ball. Oh! I barely had time to react to that guy. You know what's kind of crummy is you can't jump and attack. So what if I want to jump on a guy and kick him in the head? Oh, I can jump in the air and throw a shuriken, but I can't jump in the air and kick. That doesn't make sense. Not that I would expect anything in a game called friggin' Ninja Golf to make any sense. Alright, here's the boss. You get out of here. Alright, we took 3 shots. Okay. So that's cool. So, and like I said, I got the 2,600 games in the other, in a separate folder. So if I want to play, I don't know, Tax Avoiders. Okay, so anyway, there's that. Okay, so ColecoVision, we got Game Boy and Game Boy. There's Game Boy. Okay, so we gotta load up a ROM. So one thing to know with the Game Boy core is you tell it to either run it in Game Boy, either auto detect it, run it in Game Boy mode or in Game Boy Color mode, and that was what I had to figure out. I think I showed before when I was trying to run some of those Super Mario ROM hacks. But you can also do Super Game Boy features. So watch this. So I've got my Game Boy and my Game Boy Color games in separate directories. So if I do the ever famous Donkey Kong 90, so you also notice that you get the cool Game Boy effect. And that's actually so that's what the actual boot up for the Game Boy is. Okay. So now it's in Game Boy Color mode. Now watch this. If I can turn on Super Game Boy, I can change it to palette, and we'll reset the game. Actually, wait, that's not any different. Maybe I gotta run it on. I don't know what Mega Duck is. So so try that. There we go. See, that's what the game would look like if you were running on the Super Game Boy cartridge. And if you really want to go all the way, you can turn it fully on. And then you would actually, like, if you were actually playing on it, you get this, like, bezel mode. And you got the actual who's the what. So, like, it looks like an actual Donkey Kong arcade machine. So, and then if you turn it off, then you just got regular old black and white. So, and you can switch between that at any time, which is pretty cool. See, and then, okay, so that's very cool. We like it. Then we could also do, like, say, I don't know. I think I got some, like, Japanese games and stuff on here. it's also possible that I didn't, because like I noticed that I didn't have all my ROMs on my thing, so I'll have to look into that later. But anyway, want to play a Game Boy Color game, we got those two. Those are in a separate thing. You can really set this up however you want. Like, I'm running a USB drive that I just put all my games and ROMs on. And then we can do that. Then if I want to add more stuff to it, I can just pop it out, put my new stuff on it, pop it back in, and it's ready to go. What the hell is Santa Claus Jr.? So you notice that you get the splash screen based on what you're playing. Oh my god, that's horrifying. I think I saw this on YouTube somewhere and I thought it looked kind of cool, so I downloaded the ROM. This is kind of creepy, to be bluntly honest. Kid looks like he's got problems. Alright, so it's a platformer of some kind. Get some candy canes. I don't know what's going on. Get the present. You can jump, and I don't know what. There's a kitty. What does a kitty do? Will he kill me? Can I jump on him? I don't know. Okay, I can jump. Why did I stomp on the poor cat? Oh, now I want a treasure chest. No. I don't know. Okay. This is weird. Alright, get me out of here. Okay. So we got Game Boy Advance. This is like the splash screen of the core. So then we load up our game from here. So we got most of our games. We got some TMNT games. Let's check out one of these TMNT games. Play it in your choice of language. If I remember right, this is the cool one that's more like an old school beat 'em up. My son, April is here to talk to us about our new book. Hey, April, is this the book about Yalto? You bet. I was only involved in half the story. You guys were involved in the behind-the-scenes stuff. And there sure was lots of behind-the-scenes stuff. Our family was falling apart. Even Brass was being a solo crime fighter. See, it automatically saves now. I remembered to change it so that it auto-saves so that... Oh yeah, so this is actually a pretty cool game. It's very reminiscent of the old school Ninja Turtles arcade game from back in the day. So yeah, very cool. Alright. So Genesis. Now I actually have two different controllers rigged up. I have the one that I showed earlier, which is my, this is my 8-bit DOE pad. Kind of resembles, I always like to say this controller is what you get if you took a PlayStation 4 controller and a Super NES controller and they had a baby. It would look like that. But then I also have my, oh, the cord's tangled here. I've got my Hori Fighting Commander, which has the 6-button outlay that a Genesis pad would. So now, if I want to play a Genesis game, we use this controller and we load it up. So I've got some ROM hacks. So what we're going to do, let's just take a look at Contra Hardcore. This is a hacked edition that's kind of more fair. Oh yeah, another thing to note too is that this one doesn't because it's a ROM hack, but they'll have cheats. And this is a high. We can give ourselves 10 lives. Shoot, jump, slide. Okay, good. That's fine. Okay. So we can be some guy, a robot, a werewolf, or a hot chick. No, we're gonna take the hot chick. Our security system has been breached by an unknown hacker. Ooh. All right. So go blow stuff up then. Oh, I can toggle between if I want to be able to move. Oh yeah, now because this is a hacked version, I get 3 hit points. So if I wanted to run the regular original ROM, then we have access to cheats because it says, oh hey, we got cheats for this game. So then you got all your like Game Genie type stuff, and you don't lose the weapon when you die. Ooh, that would be nice. Okay, so there's Genesis. We've got a couple different versions of Phantasy Star 2. We've got the Phantasy Star 2 Text Adventures. And I should really edit the names so that they're all kind of close to each other. We got the Phantasy Star 2 Modernized, which the last time I actually played through the game, I played through this Modernized patch, and it kind of rebalances the game a little bit. We got other cool stuff. So, like, I'll show you a couple other things. So, like, there's a lot of options that we can... Let me turn it down a little bit so melodious voice. So, not every core has save states set up. Some of them do, some of them don't. But you go to your audio video... and you can change this stuff all to your liking. And it's different from core to core, system to system. But then, like, for like the Genesis core, for example, it's like, okay, do you want 6-button mode on or off? Since I'm using a 6-button controller, I want the 6-button mode. Obviously, not every game uses a 6-button controller. Most of them do 3. But, like, if we were going to do, like, Street Fighter or Streets of Rage 3, you would want this stuff. Miscellaneous. So you can go to your defined Genesis buttons, and you can edit all that stuff. And you can do that again for each core and each controller that you plug in. So, GMW is Game & Watch. I don't have anything. I haven't gotten that. I haven't messed with that yet. So then we've got Intellivision. And I'm going to go back to my other controller. And we'll load a few. And again, I've got a semi-working setup for Intellivision. Like... I assigned some of the keypad buttons to directions on my right thumbstick on my controller. So that, and then, some of the other ones are kind of all over the place. So I can play most games just fine, but there's a couple that I can't really play. Ones that heavily use the keypad buttons for, like, aiming. So, like, the Dungeons and Dragons game, otherwise known as Cloudy Mountain, I can't really play. And Tron Deadly Discs I can't really play. And there's a couple others too, but most of the games I can play. And I'm working on. I ordered something that's going to hopefully work that I can hopefully program to work with that. Now, the problem that I'm running into, and I haven't figured out a solution for this yet, is that I've got some homebrew games, okay? So, like, this is Donkey Kong Intellivision. It doesn't work, and I can go to this map thing, and it'll... Oh, wait! There we go. Okay, so... When I select one... When I select the right map, sometimes the homebrews will load up. So again, I've got a like I said, I've got a semi-working setup. And then I died. But then when I wanted to, like, that's Donkey Kong Arcade. And then when I try to play this one, like I said, I scroll through these different map things and I just get various garble. So I'm working on a solution for this. So I can't play that. I can't play Donkey Kong Arcade 2. And the funny thing is I actually paid for these ROMs. Some of them anyway. Some of them were free to download, not all of them. But, you know, I think I demonstrated Diner earlier. I don't know what Eggs and Eyes is. There's some weird stuff here. And not all of this is even games. Some of it's like weird ROM files that I don't want to really mess with. But you know, it's nice to be able to play these with like an actual controller instead of the disc. It's less stressful on my hands, especially for like games like Worm Womper that are really... So like, this is the Ms. Pac-Man, and see, it just says Ms. Pac-Man, and nothing seems to work, and me flipping through these doesn't do anything. This is Ms. Night Stalker, which does work, and I gotta use the button, like, you can pick from 9 different mazes using the 1 through 9 keys, and I don't remember what buttons are set to what. But then start will be the enter button, and select is the clear button, so I remember those. What the... Okay, well, that was weird. Okay, there we go. And the way that I have it set is that I press one of the directional... I press one of the... So like 2, 4, 6, and 8 are the buttons that you use to shoot in 4 different directions. So what I did was I programmed 2, 4, 6, and 8 to be directions on the right thumbstick so that I can just flick the thumbstick in the direction that I want to shoot. And it's fairly intuitive. And like that could work for like Tron Deadly Discs. The problem is that Tron Deadly Discs and also the Dungeons and Dragons game have you going in 8 different directions. So I can't set diagonals to, I can't set like the other buttons to like diagonals on the controller. Believe me, I tried. I also noticed the sound is a little different. 1 and 9 are... the keypad 1 and 9 is actually a universal pause function for Intellivision. So I have it set to the X button and this other side button, so I know what the pause command is. So I just wanted to see something once. Because I noticed that the sound is different. I guess I'm not going to mess with it. So like I can play most of the games. The homebrews I'm still working on solutions for this. Like I said, it's still a work in progress, but we made a lot of progress since the day I brought the sucker in and set it up. See, now here's a regular. Here's regular old Classic. Wait a minute. Okay. I was gonna say, I thought maybe they messed up the me blowing up sound effect. That sound effect is classic, man. Shark. Actually, there's actually a Shark 2, like the homebrew that somebody made, and I thought I had it on here, but I don't. I didn't put it. Like I said, I'm kind of pulling all my ROMs from different sources that I have. So Thin Ice should play good. Yeah, this should play really well. Like I said, I noticed that the sound effects are different, and I don't know if there's a setting like for that. Because, you know, like, yeah, I got the seal. It's hard to get the seal because the seal is always chasing you. So like Tron Deadly Discs would be hard to play. Like, I can shoot in the 4 cardinal directions, but I can't shoot diagonally. Well, I mean, I can, but... Okay, and block is this button here. Okay, so, I mean, like I said, it's not... it's not ideal. We're working on it. Like here, this Christmas Carol actually is a game that I really like, and I can't figure out how to get that one running. I don't know what like IntelliCart is. I don't know what these formats are. But anyway, like I said, it's a work in progress. Okay. So like Mega CD. Okay, again, that we want to switch to our Genesis controller for that. So we want to insert this. So these are all games I've put on here, and I don't think I've tried every single one of these yet. Unworked is a patch that takes out all the working designs weirdness. So I downloaded this Burning Force game, or Burning Fists, or whatever. So then it takes us to the screen, and we hit start, and off we go. Force Striker? 1 player. Alright. We've got a green guy. We've got a couple of hot chicks. We've got a bald guy. Why is this guy blue? I don't know. When in doubt, pick the character that... Oh wait, this is 2-player. I don't want 2-player. Did I pick 2-player? I thought I picked 1-player. Fight! Oh no, it's okay. Alright, well, I don't know. Ooh, I did a throw. I'd be damned if I know how to do any moves. Well, I don't know. It's playable, I guess. So we got a few others. Actually, it made 3 subfolders when I set this up. There's Europe, USA, and Japan, but I don't have anything in any of them. We can also play the gloriousness that is Kids on Sight. Maybe try to kill Nuts again. Alright. So we got Neo Geo up and working. So you could play something like, oh, I don't know. What's a good Neo Geo game? What about SNK? What about SVC Chaos? Did I try this one? Let's load it up. Alright. So, okay. Weak punch, weak kick, strong punch. So I got a pretty good setup. Like, usually, like, my buttons kind of make sense. Alright, so look at all these great characters we got. I got only 15 seconds to pick, so let's be, I don't know. Will be mine. Versus Dalton. This game isn't all that great, but it's kind of fun in a dancey way. You must remove all unwanted fat. She doesn't have an ounce of unwanted fat. Do not deceive yourself. Training must begin. Learning your true weight. Go ahead, Dolphin. Ask for her measurements too while you're at it. Yeah, it's actually good. I mean, this game controls well. It's just kind of weird. So anyway. You could also play something cool like, I don't know, Savage Rain. So right now this is actually set to console mode. So if I wanted, I could change it to arcade mode. And then I have to reset it. See, now it's arcade mode. So now it would function like an arcade mode, and you put in coins and stuff. Right. So pick the waifu. Come on, little guy, let your big sister win. To a woman, ha ha ha, no how, no way. I don't know what the controls over here. When I had a Neo Geo CB, I actually owned this game. I don't remember how to play it. Actually, this controller works very well for these games. Yeah, throw the bum. So you can pick what. So like I say, you can pick whether you want it to be in. Solabi Spirits. So if I wanted to play like Samurai Showdown. So again, you choose if you want arcade, because like if you play it in home mode, there's more options. Like you can change the difficulty and all this stuff usually, but you have limited credits. So then in arcade mode, see, look how great that looks, man. Alright, so pick the waifu. Fight the fat guy. Alright, so he's fat. Oh yeah, that's kick. Okay. Of course, if you play the other mode, you do have the option, the benefit of being able to pause, which I guess can be nice. But okay, so we got NES. Of course, we've got NES. Now, NES, we would want to be able to cheat. So what I did with a lot of these systems is, at least not the ones, of reasonably sized, is, I have a full ROM set for a lot of these systems, but when I'm casually playing, I don't want to wade through a bazillion ROMs, of crap that I don't care about. So what I did was I put the full set in a separate folder, and there's some duplicates because of that. But like this, the main set that you see when you first edit is kind of I guess I would say a curated ROM set that I've kind of built up over time, which has most of the quote-unquote good games on it. So I've got a few variations of like Castlevania 2 that have various ROM improvements on them. So, now, okay, well this version doesn't have cheats. Seal of the Curse. So let's load up oh, look at this, man. This is cool. It's been 7, so this has like an entry screen or something. Man, this is, I don't remember seeing this. Dang. The Dark Lord's body succumbed to a long sleep. Wow. So I don't actually play. I want to play this. So this has a. Now another thing I learned too, and I was actually doing it while I was researching TurboGrafx stuff, is if I want to set a button to rapid fire, and this works for any core, I have to hold down the button I want to set and press my menu button. See, now it's got auto fire, so now I've got turbo. So now I've got turbo. I think I don't know if I resolved this while I was doing my earlier demonstration, but the TurboGrafx stuff, like you need rapid fire for some games because the TurboGrafx controllers actually had like a setting for, you can turn off turbo on or off. So let's just take a look at the original Castlevania 2. So these are different patched versions. Actually, let me just talk to a guy once, because I think actually one of the benefits of this ROM patch is that the people give you logical advice. There are traitors hiding in our town. In some towns, they hide behind fake walls. So if I go back to the original version of Castlevania 2, see now it recognizes this ROM and it recognizes there's cheats. 12 heart worth 100. All of Dracula's parts. Buy a thorn whip to receive the flame whip instead. Buy a white crystal to additionally receive all of Dracula's relics. Buy a white crystal to receive the red crystal. Buy all weapons instead of only the holy water. Buy all whips in first town. Buy some holy water to receive all sub-weapons. Buy the white crystal. Can buy items regardless of heart count. Ooh. Turn that on. Can use sub-weapons regardless of heart count. Ooh. Can summon the tornado, drain lakes, reveal hidden platforms without a crystal. Can see the hidden clue books without Dracula's eyeball. Alright. Church in First Town is now a house with a merchant selling the Morning Star. Church in First Town warps you to the last town before Dracula. Collect 1 heart to max out your health. Collect a couple. See, there's all kinds of stuff. Enemies guaranteed to always drop big hearts. Oh man, see, some of this would be like amazing. Alright, well, let's just try it just for giggles. First thing to do in this town is buy a white crystal. No, the first thing to do is buy holy water. You want to buy the white crystal before you actually leave this town. But, or before you advance, but, okay, so let's talk to this dude. Let's see if this code actually works. Buy a thorn whip. Yes! Well, look at that. I got, even though, now I have 9,850 hearts. Look at that. So basically, so what this basically does is this lets me skip all the grinding at the beginning of the game. Buy a white crystal. Yeah, give me it. Want to buy holy water. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Then you gotta fudge the thing to equip this stuff. So let's see if oh wait, look at this. Okay, so they're actually this code now if this code is correct, then when I get to the bottom here there should be a guy that's gonna sell me the Morning Star, which of course I can buy because I have infinite hearts. Morning Star! Buy one! Gimme. Oh, baby. Alright, so there we go. You can cheat to your heart's content. Which would be very useful in a game like frickin' Battletoads. See, now this core does have save states. What kind of cheats do we have for Battletoads? 0 hits, always full speed on level 11. Automatically defeat enemies. Bounce up if you fall down pit. Bounce up if you fall down pit. Cheat code. Hard mode? Hard mode? Die in one hit? See, I would just want infinite lives and infinite health. You know, because then, you could at least get through this stuff with, like, blind luck. But, I'm going to try this out once. Give me invulnerability and infinite lives. Overall, much faster. Alright. So are we invincible? What I want to know is, are you invincible in Turbo Tunnel? Alright, so here we go. We're going to try it just for giggles. Like I said, just for giggles. Okay, so I'm invincible and this guy can't actually... So stuff runs through me. This is what I liked to do when I was a kid. You'd have these really hard games, and you'd just say, F you to them, I'm going to use Game Genie and cheat. And what can you do to stop me? Whoops. Oh, I got infinite lives, so it doesn't matter anymore. Hit everybody. And here comes the boss. I missed the one-up, but who cares? So wait till he shoots out the Fruity Pebble and then blast him. I'm bad. It's a vertical drop. I'm invincible. What you want to do normally when you play this game legitimately is you want to try to juggle these things because you can get extra guys if you hit them enough times. Of course, I have no skill at this game, which is why we're using cheats. But if you juggle them enough times, you get extra lives. You can also do this. Ugh. I don't actually have infinite energy. Just infinite lives. Oh. By the way, I'm going to go on record and say I really don't like this game very much. Like, it plays, like, it has tight controls and everything like that, but it's just... It's just hard to the point of not being fun to me. Like... Alright, well, we made it. I may go on, like, a world tour of, like, give up now before... But at least we've got the Dark Queen to stare at. Okay, now here's what I want to see. Are we also invulnerable in Turbo Tunnel? Space Invaders try to steal my health points. I don't know why. That doesn't even make sense. Whoops. I've got infinite lives, so... Alright, here we go. This is the moment of truth. Am I invincible here? Nope! But I do have infinite lives. So I can... Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it. What I really want to try out... So, like, if I go to full set... Then I've got a full set of NES ROMs. Again, most of it's... Now, what I really want to look at was I want to look at the FDS. So this is a Famicom disk system. Because I downloaded these ROMs for one of my other devices. And I don't even know what the hell this is that I'm playing. On the planet of God, the countries have such and such conflict with each other over something. Probably snacks, production recent events, and trigger Professor What's-His-Face is behind it all. Well, don't make a mess of things. What? Please wait. Okay, so now it's reading the disc. Disc side, B side. Okay, see, it did it automatically. Look at that, it did it automatically for me. That's great. On other... Okay, so this is just like some kind of shoe. So, like, on other... emulate things I've done, like, you have to, like, press buttons to make it switch to other sides of the disc. So this was like a what's the doodle? Oh, look at this. This is kind of cool. It's based off of the anime Dirty Pair. I don't know much about it, but I don't know. This is kind of cool. Okay, so it saved it. So I just want to see now, did it keep that save file? I'm just curious. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. So we got some other ones. I don't remember what all these are, so let's take a look at Esper Dream. Because, like, I would get errors and stuff while I was trying to play these. So I wanted to kind of see if they work. Okay, so this is by Konami. Side B. Okay, it automatically switched it. Alright, so this is some kind of RPG, and it's by Konami, so it's got to be at least somewhat decent, right? I don't know what this game is, but I'm just going to set side A. Okay, it's flipped to side A. Okay, so it's some sort of RPG. Oh, excuse me. Go see the mayor. Alright. Hi, mayor. Looks like a dork. Welcome. Are you ZTV? No, I'm not. There's no need to lie. Welcome. Are you ZTV? But it's up to you. The game doesn't start until you say yes. This place was conjured up when you opened your book. Oh, okay. Oh, great. So it saves it. So now... if I load it up again, I don't actually want to play all these. I just want to see if they work. Because when I was getting errors, I was like, well, maybe the ROMs are bad. But the site that I got them from is a very good site. Okay, yeah. So this stuff's working. All right, so good. I'm just gonna go through all these other ones. Golf Force, Eternal Story. Okay, well, it's Rabbi, sub-leader, age 19, calm and composed. If her friends are in danger, she can become daring instantly. She's good at analyzing situations. Patty, combat assistant, age 17. She is very lively and is not afraid to show her emotions. She is silly and serious at the same time, also very sensitive. Rumi, non-combatant, age 15, too young to fight despite making many mistakes. She is well liked by the crew. Elusa, leader of Golf Force, 21. She's uptight and focused on achieving her mission at all costs. This mindset often makes Luffy angry. A survivor of the attacks, her mothership was destroyed by paranoids. Afterwards, she docked with the nearby Starleaf. Good God, how many worthless characters are in this goddamn game? She isn't a fighter. She tends to do strange things at times. The other crew are nervous of her. She is an android. Good God! Oh, just start the goddamn game. Change side. Okay, change sides. Okay, so it's some sort of shmup. Maybe. What? Like, I pressed start. This makes no sense. Okay, well. Alright, Link no Bakugo. Okay, well, that one I know, I think. Oh, thank God, it's Adventure Link. Insert name, kill mode. They don't call it erase data, they call it kill mode. You kill your save data. Wait. Change side B. Okay, fires up. Wait. Alright. This is Zelda 2. That's fine. There are some differences with the Japanese version of Zelda 2 versus the American version. Only 1 point. One of the big differences is, okay, so I'm going to get this bag of pee. So, I can pick anything for my level up every time. So, like, in the US version, like, each of these parameters has a set point total that you have to get to before you can increase it. But now I can increase it, so basically I can increase my life, or I can increase my attack to level 8 before I increase anything else. Here's the kicker, though. If you die and continue, all of your stats go down to whatever your lowest one is. So if you put all your points, if you put your attack to 8 and nothing into anything else and you die, you start over at level 1 again. But if I level up evenly, then it becomes more permanent. It's weird, but yeah. Nazo na Murasame Jo. I don't know what this is. I downloaded it, so it must look cool at some point. Oh, the Mysterious Murazami. Oh, okay, I know this game. I've heard of it. I don't know if I ever played it extensively, but I've heard of it. I think they might have actually released this on Virtual Console. Change side B, auto fast. I love that. That's so great because I've always wanted to. Yeah. I've always wanted to try some of these FPS games, but it was always so awkward to try to play them. So I don't know what this game actually is, but whatever. Sylvania, no, it by something, whatever. Like I said, I want to try them each and see if they all work. This one... Oh, there it comes. Maybe. I don't know, whatever this one is isn't working. Alright, here's Super Mario Brothers 2. No, this is our Super Mario Brothers 2. This is a hateful, satanic game from hell. Like, you can't even grab the first mushroom without doing that. If you push this block, oh, here's an evil mushroom that kills you. This was eventually released in the US on the Super Mario All-Stars collection, the Super Mario The Lost Levels. This is a game for masochists. I don't like it. Here's the Miracle of Almana. I don't know what that is either. But I guess we're going to find out. Maybe, unless it doesn't work. Okay. I tried this one. This one actually worked on my other device. It was some kind of weird platformer. All the people are getting turned into gray people. That's not cool. I didn't read whatever that said. Yeah, I played this one. I didn't play it much, but I did play it. Like, I was like, how do I get up? There's like all these things where I'm like, I don't know how to get up to this. Oh, I've got a grappling hook! Oh! Oh, I'm getting killed by snake. I can't... I can't duck and shoot. Oh, okay. See, now that makes it a million times more playable. Oh, I got spiky balls. Like I could see that coming. And I got a gun. I got all kinds of stuff. Okay. Okay, so alright, well that's fine. Alright. And then last but not least we've got Doki Doki Panic. And for those that don't know, this is the game that they turned into Super Mario Brothers 2. Yeah, I've played this. Here's the problem, is that you can't accelerate. Okay, so all these games worked except for whatever this one was. Alright, so that's very cool. I wanted to try that out. Odyssey 2 was an old game system. A friend of mine had this system. And I loaded up a ROM set for it. I have no idea what any of these games are, but they were so tiny that I figured, well, I'll put them all on here and try them out. Like, I remember this bee game. There was a bee game. It was called Killer Bees. I've got your number. I don't know what any of these games are. Let's try Casey. So we'll try Casey Munchkins. Oh God, what's happening? Wait. Okay. Well, I can't. Okay, whatever. If, 'cause, 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 Get me out of here. Okay. I got a PlayStation core up and running. Let's see if it works. Well, I know the core works, but okay. So, actually, before I do anything else, define places: right, left, down, up, triangle, circle, cross, square, select, start, L1, R1, L2, R2, L3, R3. Save states, skip it. Fast forward, skip it. Step alternative buttons. No. And then save settings. Okay, and this one does, okay, we want autosave to be on. Save settings again. Auto mount memory card 1, yes. Okay, so let's load up a game. Okay, so I've got all my games. Let's try one. Let's try Einhander. Einhander didn't work. Whatever one was right next to it that I just loaded up did. Well, let's just see if it works. There is no save data for Evil Zone on the memory card. Okay, so this is Evil Zone.
Ihadolka is a being capable...
Great, whatever. Alright, we got a bunch of weird characters. Do we have a waifu? No. No. That's a male? I can't tell.
Arrow will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
What? What hurts? What's going on? A new program.
Hello, my name is Arrow. Next week we are starting a new feature, Passionate Arrow. I play the lead who is passionately...
What? Passionate Arrow, it's about invincibility. What the crap is going on here?
I'm gonna destroy Ihadolka. I will not move.
Top,
Go!
top quality voice acting. I have no idea what I'm doing. I owned this game at one point, but I don't know how to play it. Why didn't Einhander work? Maybe I don't have a good... What did I put in there? You have to have a certain format that the ROM has to be in for it to work. So maybe for not, and I'm not going to go through every single one of these and make sure that it works at this time. This is Air Guys. It actually is a game that I like, but... We got a bunch of dorks in Tifa. So we're going to be Tifa. The heck with the dorks. You get up! Graphics are a little weird. I wonder what kind of graphical settings we can possibly do. Video processing... No. Whoops. I goofed. Again, I'm not going to try every single one of these. I just wanted to see if it worked. So we got it somewhat working. Alright, we do have some 32X games. And we want to switch controllers because this is technically a Genesis game. Now, I tried this one and it was weird. Like, the graphics was weird. Let's see if it does that again. Oh, now it's working. Options, joypad. Okay, yeah. Wait, hold on. Input. You want 6-button mode. Okay, right, left, down, up, A, B, C. Start mode XYZ. No. Okay, let's try it again. See, it was like the controls was like, or the thing was like looped around, and like part of the right side of the screen was on the left, and I don't know, it was weird. But now it seems to be working. I don't know what happened. See, this is what it was doing. And I don't understand that. See how it warped around? I mean, if I was gonna play this game, I would. Yeah. Okay. See, I don't get it. When I did a different game, it worked. So like, here's Mortal Kombat 2. This one worked okay. At least the first time I tried it, it did. All right. You want to have 6, but you want to change it to 6-button. You don't want to do activator because that would be ridiculous. All right, and then you play it. Will be Shang Tsung. See, this version works okay. I don't know why the other version is weird. Ha! I bet you didn't think I'd actually remember how to do the fatality. Beautiful. Okay, we got a Sega Master System core, which also does Game Gear stuff. Put those in separate folders. So let's do, I don't know. I bet you thought I was going to actually play Alf again. So here's a translated version. This is like a super version, a hacked up version of Phantasy Star 2, or Phantasy Star 1 rather. It's got lots of cool options. So like you can change the color of Elias or Alicia's hair. You can change the font. You can increase your walk speed. You can also ramp up the amount of money you get and experience you get per fight. And you can also reduce the number of random fights you get into. And we also have a better translation. And however, this version doesn't have any cheats. So if I want to do the original Phantasy Star, so you also have options like you can also enable the FM sound, because some games, especially the Japanese ones, had like the FM sound chip, and when you played them, they would sound better. So we could load up some cheats. So gain 255 Mesita from every enemy. You got infinite magic, infinite money, infinite magic points. Imagine how badass that would make Noah or Lutz or whatever. Lots of random battles. Dude, if you play this game straight up, it already has lots of random battles. No random battles. Unlock all item slots. Walk anywhere. That would be good for a laugh. Let's just try it once, just for giggles. Nero, what happened? I'll make sure my brother died not in vain. Ah, look at this, I can walk over everything. It would be funny if that worked in a dungeon too, and you just wandered into random parts of the dungeon. That would be messed up. Whoa, that's screwed up. Oh well. So we also got a cool game like Quartet, which we could load up cheats for. So I could have infinite lives and health. And also the ability to jump in midair. And that would probably be pretty much all you would need for this game. So we also do Game Gear games. I did Coca-Cola Kid when I was just messing around getting things started. Oh, you want to see what Mortal Kombat looks like on Game Gear? Here you go. All bosses acceptable on character select screen? Really? I gotta see that. So it doesn't have the full roster. And yeah, not very good. Whoops. What did I just play? Oh boy, look at this. Oh, I hit load. Okay, I loaded another one. Then we can do something like Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap. We could blow through that game with some cheats. Infinite blue potions, infinite gold. There you go, infinite gold, infinite energy. Wow. Start with all the weapons. Alright, so great. We got that going. We got SNES core. We demonstrated that. Actually, before I start this core, I'm gonna pause here and get some food. All right, I got another bowl of chili in me. Now we'll delve into this core. So this is another one where I hit a full set in here in case I ever want to go through and pick up random games to play. But mostly I just did like, you know, the main set is like actual games that I would want to play. You know, like good old Final Fight 3. And I have all my buttons already set up on here, so that's all good. Do not be Guy, be Hagar. Do not be whoever this guy is, be Hagar. We could be the hot chick, but Hagar is number one! Do you have any interesting cheats? These are your special moves, equip weapon modifiers, hit anywhere, infinite energy, infinite throw time. So does that mean like I could take a guy? Okay, I gotta see this. Normally, like when you grab a guy, so I can just grab him and I'm making him think about it, and then whoa! You think about what you did when you messed with Hagar. What other games we got? Kind of fun. We got some Zelda ROM hacks. We got a cotton game. We got NBA Jam 2K22. Okay, so check this out. Why are there Ninja Turtles in NBA Jam? I don't know. Wild. So this is a head-to-head game.
Welcome to NBA Jam!
So we could be the Bucks. Look at that. We got Giannis, Antetokounmpo, and Middleton. We could be other players too, but why would you want to be anybody other than Giannis? Which button do I actually have to press to select my team? Oh, okay.
Showtime!
It's showtime. Here we go. We're the Bucks.
Tonight's matchup, Bucks versus Rockets.
Rockets.
From the Waffle House.
The Waffle House. Whoops.
Ugly shot.
I gotta figure out what button does what. Okay, that passes.
Yeah.
That guy looks too small to be honest.
Yeah.
I could probably set the controls up differently. Yeah, see, like, why? Y should be shoot, and B should be pass. Special features. Tournament mode. Oh yeah, you can do all this crazy stuff. Juice kind of speeds up the game a little bit. And hotspots, give you like things where you can get more points. Turn off computer assistance. So this is a ROM hack where like they put like
Welcome to NBA
modern rosters and stuff in the game. This game actually, this ROM hack was released just before
Showtime.
this ROM hack was released just before the finals last year.
Versus Knicks.
The Knicks? The Knicks? Oh, well, I'll try to keep it PG-13, but we all know how I feel about the Knicks. Whoops.
Razzle dazzle.
Yo, mama had razzle dazzle. Oh, I got some kind of a power up. Oh,
2 points.
2 points. I got super turbo. Whoa. Come here. What the? Okay. Well, anyway, that was that. All right, I gotta go put my garlic bread in the oven. Alright, we got some other weird games. So Panic and Mushroom Kingdom is a ROM hack. I don't know, we've done a lot of Super NES games over the years, so. I kind of just wanted to demonstrate all the different cores that we've got available to us. So we've got TurboGrafx. Oh yeah, okay. So this is all set. So now we've got, so now this is what I figured out. So this is how it works. So okay. Like I had to go on a forum and look this information up myself. So to get turbo, again, like I said, you have to hold down the button you want to set it to and then press your menu button. Now we've got this button set on auto fire and you can do this. To me, Bonk's Adventure is unplayable if you don't do this. Okay, so that was important for me to figure out. See, one of the things I love about retro stuff is like figuring it out and making stuff work. That's exciting to me. And the emulation quality on this is better because it's an actual hardware emulation setup instead of emulating the software. So it's a nicer deal overall. So we can also insert our CD-ROMs. So I'm going to run through these CD-ROMs to make sure that the ones I just installed work. Because actually I installed some earlier. And like a big dummy, because you have two parts to these CD files, a bin and a queue, and I installed the bin, or I installed one of them, and it was like, okay, why is it not working? Oh, I didn't install the other part of the file. Derp. This is a translated version of Rondo of Blood. It adds English subtitles.
Die Dunkelheit trübte ihre Sinne und das Böse fraß sich tief in ihre Seelen.
You can't skip this the first time.
Vom Wahnsinn getrieben schmiedeten sie einen Pakt mit dem Teufel. Zu später Stunde kamen sie zusammen, um gemeinsam die Mächte der Finsternis mit ihrem sündigen
Powers of Satan.
sie zu erlösen von ihrer sterblichen Existenz, den Anbeginn einer neuen Welt vor Augen.
And they killed some poor waifu to bring Dracula back.
Gab es sich, dass nach 100 Jahren das Böse wieder Fleisch geworden war. Als unsterbliches Geschöpf der Nacht.
He can become a bat, fog.
Des Wolfs, der Fledermaus oder des Nebels annehmen. Es labt sich am Blut der Menschen. Dracula, der Fürst der Finsternis, Herr des Teufelsschlosses, ist auferstanden.
Oh, and it looks like they translated the title too to Castlevania Rondo of Blood instead of whatever. So that's kind of nifty, I guess. Name entry, we'll put our name in. The whole reason I wanted to, I at least wanted to get it to the point where we don't have to, where I don't have to watch the cutscene anymore. It should have saved because I entered in my name. Okay, see, there we go. Okay, at least we got to that point. All right, let's see. Now I put in a couple others. Why? Oh, you know why? Because these are directories. Okay. Okay, so now East 1 and 2 is working. From NEC. Okay. I just want to make sure that these new ones I installed actually load. While it's loading, I'm going to take my garlic bread out. Yahoo!
We haven't had such a good harvest of moruga nuts for many years.
Great voice acting. Okay, this one works. About Exile. We got Exile 1 and Exile 2. Both with 100% less wonky working designs translation. We got a cutscene. It's Exile. Then we got Exile 2. Also hacked to not have working designs influence. A lot of people hate. In a world torn by hate, can there ever be peace? A lot of people do not like working designs and what they did with their translations of the games. To the point where people made retranslations of the stuff. Okay, so these all work, and then what was the other one that I couldn't get to work? It was Space. I think it was this one, Space Fantasy Zone. Yep, this is actually, I think, a prototype. but it's like a fantasy zone game where it's like 3D, so it's where it's more like a Space Harrier. Actually, it's just like Space Harrier. Very nice. Okay, that was all the ones. Okay, so those all work. And then we get the Wonder Swan, which, again, I did get the Wonder Swan working. Wonder Swan. And I've only got a few games on here. And honestly, the Saga translation is the only one I really care that much about. And again, you could change it to. We want auto save. Actually, I want to change some of these. So you could decide if it was going to load it as a Wonder Swan or a Wonder Swan color. And because I did that, I borked the game, so we gotta reset it. Auto save on. Define the Wonder Swap buttons. Right, left, down, up. A, B, start. Right, left, down, up. Fast forward, save states, rewind. I don't think these do anything. Save those settings. Okay, so then we got this working. So that's everything. That's everything that we've got working so far, in addition to some arcade games. There's also like these old computers, and there's a few of these I'd eventually like to get running. I think these, and I haven't really messed with these yet, but I think it's a little bit more challenging than a matter of just dumping the ROMs in a thing and getting them going. But like we do have arcade, and each arcade game is its own core, so you can set it up to your delight. We got Wrestle War. That's a fun one, sort of. Try for the true champion of the world. Difficulty. We could make it easy. There's Titan Morgan. Totally not Hulk Hogan. So I can set up the buttons for each one of these games. So right, left, down, up. Punch, kick, start, coin, 4 credits. No, that's all. And we save the settings. And
Welcome to Wrestle War.
so that's very, very cool. So that's everything we've got up and running so far. And like I said, I eventually will work with more as we explore this more. But I just wanted to kind of show the progress we've made in the last couple of days. I got most of what I want to work going, but you know, we're slowly but surely figuring things out, and we'll have better gear to go with it and more stuff. But like I said, I want to give a progress update.